Hi everyone, it's Matthew. Welcome back to my channel. Finally, another Golden Globes video. It's been so long. I think it's been a few weeks, and it's probably gonna be another week before this comes out when I record. I'm joined by a special guest, Danny. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Danny Meneses. I'm from Mexico. I'm designer, I'm an animator, and a teacher too. And I love film awards. Also, I am the friend of Matthew. I love you very much.
That's so sweet. I mean, we'll leave a link to his Twitter in the description box below. Show him some love. He's amazing. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh no, thank you to you because I spent a lot of time saying to you next week, next week, next week. But believe me, job always.
It's completely understandable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I've been busy with my stuff too, and the actor strike throwing more news in there. It's been a lot. But finally, we're going to be talking about the 2004 Golden Globe slash award season. We're going to cover some of the other awards too. But mainly, we're focusing on the 2004 Golden Globes, and they certainly had some interesting picks, as they always do. What do you think about their picks, the Golden Globes? What do you think about their picks?
I think it's very like the Golden Globes. Many of stars, many films that actually on today you see that film, those films, and they are don't. I mean, they aren't great. They are average film, so it's a good year for films. It is a great year for acting,
Yeah.
but it is obviously the year that the film awards finally reward the Lord of the Rings, the Return of the King, and I love love that year. It is my favorite film. I saw that the three films as a whole, a 9 hour movie. And I really love them. I saw the three films in the theater 20 years ago. It is incredible to say that 20 years ago I was on the cinema, and I felt in love with those characters, with those script, with those the production and the design. I read the books after the I saw every film, so I couldn't spoil it. Spoiled me. And for example, I saw in cinema Fellowship of the Ring. I read the 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 book from the fellowship, then the other year and next year. So I didn't spoil me by reading another. And one thing that I I don't know. It is complicated because one as a fan, I couldn't read. Um, I really try hard to stop reading. So I okay, I'll wait for the cinema. I'll wait for the cinema, and then it is a great experience. I cried every single time I saw the film in the cinema. uh, it was a great experience. I remember that um, the season, the award season, I saw the Golden Globes. I was very happy. In the Oscars, I was like in a Super Bowl. I really scream every single award that it won. So it is a very special year for me.
it, I forgot what I was going to say for a second. It really was a great year. I do think they did a better job on the drama side than the comedy. Like, I feel like especially Comedy Picture, which we'll get to, is extremely weak compared to the Drama Picture. Like I just feel like that was way stronger. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's talk about Best Picture Drama. So they nominated Cold Mountain, Master and Command of the Far Side of the World, Mystic River, Seabiscuit, and the winner, Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. What's interesting about Cold Mountain is they had 8 nominations, 8, and won. We
Yeah.
all know which one it won.
I think Cold Mountain is not the very best of the line. I think Seabiscuit is really better than Cold Mountain.
I would
Cold
agree.
Mountain is like a very long movie,
Yeah,
very nice, but it is not great. It's not remarkable for me. Uh,
that's fair.
I love Nicole Kidman. I love Jude Law, Renée Zellweger, but that film, I only saw one one moment in my life and nothing more.
You were so blown away by it, you can only watch it one time.
Yeah.
So what did you nominate?
Well, in the picture drama, I sorry, Cold Mountain. I think I have sorry, I have the Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, Mystic River, Master and Commander, The Fire Side of the World, Biscuit, and Girl with a Pearl Earring.
Interesting. Now I actually kept Gold Mountain. Sorry. I also kept Lord of the Rings, obviously, which is my winner. I don't think we even need to debate that. And Seabiscuit. I also added House of Sand and Fog. That's the Ben Kingsley movie. I thought that was really good. And I also nominated The Station Agent, which is a smaller indie movie. Peter Dinklage. This is like his big role. He was excellent. I gave it a few other nominations, which we'll get to. But yeah, but it's like one of the bigger indie movies that I remember from that time period.
So you didn't like Master and Commander?
Actually, confession time, I never seen Master and Commander.
You haven't. Oh,
I guess it's my big blind side that's left that I gotta fix.
I remember I saw it in theaters, and it was very well done film, but not really great. Russell Crowe is good, and that's all. But that's all about that film. I haven't seen by one time. Nothing more.
Mhm. Fair enough. It's not his best movie. All right, let's talk about picture comedy. This one I'm more excited about
Yeah,
because we can't do as bad as they did.
yeah.
Um, Bend It Like Beckham.
Drama is so obviously.
Yeah, comedy not so much. They nominate Bend It Like Beckham, which they didn't even nominate anything else from that movie. You could have thrown her a score nomination at least, make it look like he's at least seen it. Big Fish, Finding Nemo, Love Actually, and Lost in Translation. I just realized there's 2 fish movies in here. I didn't even realize that. Big Fish had 5 nominations, which is the most out on the comedy side, which in my opinion is 5 too many.
Yeah.
That was that was probably my least favorite movie that came out that year.
And the winner was Lost in Translation.
Yeah, which we all saw coming, but no Elf is the biggest one. Like when Jim Carrey announced the winner of comedy musical, he's like, "Elf! Oh wait, it wasn't even nominated.
Yeah.
It should have been here. I'm sorry, it should have been at least here." Anyway, what's your comedy? This I'm curious about.
Okay, I have Big Fish, the first the first fish film. I have Finding Nemo, the second fish film. Freaky Friday,
Yeah,
The Triplets of Belleville, and Lost in Translation.
I always forget the triplets of Belleville is this year. I always think it's like 2006. I always forget it's this year. Now, I nominated Elf, Finding Nemo, have to have at least one fish film in here. Freaky Friday, Head of State, which is a Chris Rock movie about him being like a low grade like government official, all of a sudden chosen as the Democratic nominee for president. And School of Rock, of course, as my final
Yeah,
step.
yeah,
I had to. My winner is probably gonna be. I don't know. I love. It's a tie between Finding Nemo and Freaky Friday.
Okay, okay.
I think I'm
My,
gonna give the edge to Finding Nemo.
yeah, my winner is Finding Nemo. Yeah.
It's so close between that movie and Freaky Friday. Like it's like that close.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, drama actors next.
So finally,
Sorry.
the fish won. One fish won.
Great job, Nemo. We're so proud of you.
Yeah.
All right, best actor drama.
Okay.
They nominated Russell Crowe for Master and Command of the Far Side of the World, Tom Cruise for The Last Samurai, which I find Last Samurai is good, but that's clearly a hey, we want Tom Cruise here nomination. I'm sorry. Ben Kingsley for House of Sand and Fog, Jude Law for Cold Mountain, and the winner Sean Penn for Mystic River.
Yeah.
I
I heard thoughts about Ben Kingsley. Ben Kingsley, now, if the people who are going to vote, they saw Ben Kingsley in the nominees, and they see the name and thought, okay, you won for Gandhi. I'm not going to vote for you anymore. The thought of the people that are going to vote. Yeah.
I'm laughing because that's so true.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a year I definitely will have to do the Gandhi versus ET year. Hey, if you're down for that, let me know. I think now I really have to do that year.
Okay.
So what did you nominate?
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I had Russell Crowe in Master and Commander.
Okay.
Um, Jude Law in Cold Mountain. Ben Kingsley in House of Sand and Fog.
Okay.
Sean Penn in Mystic River.
Okay.
And Elijah Wood in The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
I also have Elijah Wood for Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. I also have Ben Kingsley and Jude Law. But I also nominated Peter Dinklage for The Station Agent and Benicio del Toro for 21 Grams. He was supporting at the Oscars, but I would argue he either goes supporting or lead. Like, it's one of those roles that could go either way, in my opinion. My winner is actually Peter Dinklage for The Station Agent.
Okay. Benicio del Toro, always the same thing. In first awards, he's in lead, and then lands in supporting in the Oscars.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever noticed that Benicio del Toro is like Brad Pitt? Is like a pirate Brad Pitt version?
Honestly, now that you mention it, now I see it. I didn't see it until now, but now you're mentioning it, I'm like,
It is a strange version physically. It's a strange version of Brad Pitt.
Who's your winner, by the way?
Elijah Wood.
Yeah, I figured that, but I wanted to at least ask first.
I mean, he carries the ring. 3 films. What can I say?
Yeah, he does great, but in my opinion, Peter Dinklage was a little bit better. But that's my opinion. If it was for the first movie, then yeah, I would give it to Elijah. To me, he was great in all 3, but the first one to me is my favorite from him. All right, now we're going to move on to actor comedy. Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
A quick reminder of the wonderful nominees they did. Jack Black for School of Rock, Johnny Depp for Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. I wouldn't even consider that. I guess it's a comedy. I don't know. Bill Murray for Lost in Translation, which won. Jack Nicholson for Something's Gotta Give. And Billy Bob Thornton for Bad Santa. Ironically, I nominated an actor from a different Christmas movie.
Okay, okay.
Um,
So Bill Murray won.
yeah. It's kind of weird they nominated Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton, but they didn't nominate the movie. Like, they chose Bend It Like Beckham instead of that. Like, that to me makes no sense to this day.
I think it is more like an acting film than a best film.
I I agree with that, but if you're gonna throw Bend Like Beckham in there with no other nominations, you could probably slide that one in its place, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So anyway, who's your nominees? This I'm curious about.
Okay. I had Bill Murray in Lost in Translation, Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Black in School of Rock, Jack Nicholson in Somebody's Gotta Give, and Billy Bob Thornton in Bad Santa. And I really saw it, and it is the same line of the Golden Globes. I haven't seen
Yeah,
it. Yeah, it's the same line.
I only kept one. I only kept one of the lineup. I
Johnny
kept Jack Black.
Depp. Okay.
It's not that I dislike the Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm just not sure I would count that as a comedy, in my opinion. That's my opinion. But I nominate Will Ferrell for Elf, Eddie Murphy for Daddy Daycare, Chris Rock for Head of State, and Adam Sandler for Anger Management.
Okay, okay.
The winner is Will Ferrell for Elf.
Okay. I had Bill Murray in Lost in Translation.
It's a good winner. It really is a good winner.
Yeah. I didn't love the film, but I love his acting there. It is a great role that yeah. I think he should have won the Oscar. And the curiosity here is that Johnny Depp won the SAG. It is really a strange thing there.
It was a weird year for actor, I would say. Like,
Yeah.
it makes no sense, but let's move on to a category that made sense. Actress. Actress drama. They nominated Kate Blanchett for Veranga Garen, Scarlett Johansson for Girl with Pearl Earring, Nicole Kidman for Cold Mountain, Charlize Theron for Monster, which won, Uma Thurman for Kill Bill Volume 1, and Evan Rachel Wood for 13. That was a mouthful.
Yeah. Okay. I have Charlie Theron in Monster, Keisha Castle Hughes in Whale Rider, Samantha Morton in America,
Yep.
Uma Thurman in Kill Bill Volume 1, and Naomi Watts in 21 Grams.
Good choices. Now, I nominated Jennifer Connelly for House of Sand and Fog, Keisha Cashel Hughes in Whale Rider, Nicole Kidman for Cold Mountain, Samantha Morton for In America, and Charlize Theron for Monster. I would
Okay.
actually give it to Keisha Cashel Hughes, Whale Rider.
Okay.
For her age, it's not easy to carry a movie like that.
Yeah. And BAFTA nominated her in supporting.
I would definitely argue she's lead. She's definitely lead.
Yeah, yeah. But some awards put the younger ones in supporting, and it is really weird. It is not correct.
Yeah, like Zach putting Jacob Tremblay for Room,
Yeah, yeah,
even though he was practically there the same
yeah.
amount as Brie Larson.
Actually, I think he is the lead, and the mother is the supporting.
I would consider both of them leads.
Yeah.
but he was definitely on the same amount of screen as
Yeah.
Bruno Mars. So back to this year. Who's your winner, by the way?
Charles Theron Monster. I really loved his role. She's really, really great. The makeup. I know that it is not a good person there, but the performance is really, really great for me.
I completely agree with that. Now, actress in a comedy. Jamie Lee Curtis for Freaky Friday. Diane Keaton for Something's Gotta Give. Scarlett Johansson for Lost in Translation. Diane Lane for Under the Tuscan Sun. And Helen Mirren for Calendar Girls. Because you're legally required, if you're in the Golden Globes, to nominate Helen Mirren at least once.
Yeah,
Your award show will get shut
like
down.
Judy Dench for the Oscars.
Yeah, yeah. You're legally required to, or else we will shut down the Golden Globes permanently.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a weird category. I never even heard of Calendar Girls, and I don't think I'll watch it anytime soon. Leave it in the comments if it's a good movie or not, because I'm legit curious now. But who did you nominate?
Okay. The actually winner is Diane Keaton, right?
Yeah, I mentioned Diane Keaton.
I love the film. Actually, it's her film. It is a really great part. I think that a woman of that age and how in a comedy performance in actually give us the point of view of woman of that age, and I really, really, really love that. So obviously nominate her in Dunkin' in Something's Gotta Give.
Yeah,
I have Jamie Lee Curtis in Freaky Friday,
yeah.
Scarlett Johansson in Lost in Translation, Helen Mirren in Calendar Girls, and Diane Lane in Under the Tuscan Sun. Oh my God, it is the same line of the gloves.
Meanwhile, I kept two.
Yeah, okay.
It's obvious which ones I kept. Diane Keaton and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I also nominated Queen Latifah for Bringing Down the House.
Okay, really, really funny.
Brittany Murphy for Uptown Girls. And Renee Zellweger for Down with Love. That was
Oh,
the Ewan McGregor one.
I forgot the film. Yeah,
I actually nominated that and Score too. We'll get to that, but
yeah.
I actually nominated Score too.
I
That
like
being said,
that film. Not really a great film, but I really love Renée Zellweger. I was a fan of her when he started in Bridget Jones' Diary. I really
yeah,
fell in love with her. Yeah,
she's
and
a great actress.
yeah, and the next year, Chicago. Wow. And I think that that's why she lose those years. And when the nomination came
Yeah,
from All Mountain, every single award went to her.
exactly. And we'll get to that shortly. My winner is Jamie Lee Curtis for Freaky Friday.
Okay.
It's never easy to play two different characters at once,
Yeah.
and
I,
yet she manages them to keep them together.
my
All
winner
right,
is Jamie Lee Curtis too. Yeah.
great choice.
Yeah.
Now, supporting actor. Ooh,
Hey, interesting.
because I'm checking. I did not keep any of them.
Oh my God, really?
I'm serious.
Okay.
All right, so quick reminder who they nominate: Alec Baldwin in The Cooler, Albert Finney for Aaron Brockovich. I mean, Big Fish. Jesus. Oh my god! I was thinking.
Okay.
Sorry. I was thinking of the story my grandmother said because she actually knew the real life Aaron Brockovich.
Yeah.
Like Albert Finney and Big Fish. William H. Macy in Seabiscuit, Peter Skarsgård in Shattered Glass, Ken Watanabe in The Last Samurai, and the winner Tim Robbins from Mystic River.
Yeah, I think they thought, let's give it to the husband of, what's her name?
Susan Sarandon.
Susan Rand. Susan Rand. Yeah, but I really, I saw the film one single time. I I was boring. I really was boring. It is not my type of film. Sorry, Clint Eastwood, you are a great filmmaker, but I didn't like that film. And I saw the film after the awards, after they won the Oscar, and I was okay. Let's see it. And I saw it, and I was like, okay, why? Why? Really, really, why? I mean, it is not my kind of film. It is a film very long, very drama, a lot of scream, very sad film, and I really, really don't
She
like it.
wasn't even my favorite performance from that film. That
Yeah,
went to Kevin Bacon. That was my favorite performance from that film.
yeah,
But
yeah.
as I mentioned, I kept none of them, but I want to know yours first. Because I
Okay,
assume we have one of them that matches, and I think I know.
okay, okay. I have Ken Watanabe and the Last Samurai.
Okay.
I How did I pronounce this? Jimon Honso in America,
Okay, yeah. That's
and Alec Baldwin in The Cooler,
okay.
Sean Austin in The Lord of the Rings,
Yes, that's the one. That's the one.
and Sir Ian McKellen in The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
I knew we would both have at least Sean Astin. I knew.
Yeah,
I think that's both our winners. Is that safe to say?
yeah,
Okay. So I'll just mention the other four I nominated. James Caan for Elf. That was the father.
yeah.
Chris Cooper for Seabiscuit.
Okay,
Bernie Mac for Head of State. And Chad Michael Murray for Freaky Friday. But Sean Astin wins this by a mile, in my opinion.
yeah. He carries the end of the film. The film ends with him.
It does. It really does.
Yeah, I
Um,
think it is really sad that critics, the Academy, didn't see it. Really, I remember Sean Austin in The Lord of the Rings than Tim Robbins in Mystic River. I don't know.
it's weird, like how like these movies do so well but get no acting nominations.
Yeah, yeah,
Because we'll see that 5 years later with Slumdog Millionaire.
yeah.
It's just weird to me. Like you can't throw one acting nomination.
Oh, but in Parasite Year, the supporting actresses were so much better than the actual nominees. It is really, really sad.
Extremely weak year. Extremely
Yeah,
weak year.
yeah.
But speaking of supporting actress, let's talk about supporting actress.
Okay, okay.
That was a good transition. Um, they nominated Maria Bello for The Cooler, Patricia Clarkson for Pieces of April, Hope Davis for American Splendor, Holly Hunter for 13, and Renee Zellweger for Cold Mountain, which is the winner. What's interesting is I nominated Patricia Clarkson, but for a different movie.
Yeah.
And
And
I
Renée
nominated,
Zellweger swept the season.
yeah,
Yeah.
deservedly so, I would say. I would say out of the four acting winners, like the four main acting winners, she was probably my favorite winner. Not that the others were bad, but that's probably my favorite winner.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so what did you nominate?
Okay. I kept Holly Hunter in 13, Marcia Gay Harden in Mystic River, Patricia Clarkson in Pieces of April, Shore Agdashlo in House of Sand and
Stand
Fog,
and Frog, yeah.
and Miranda Otto in The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
Nice choices. Now, Renee Zellweger for Cold Mountain. I nominated Patricia Clarkson, but for the station agent, she was much better in that film. Zoe Deschanel for Elf, because why not? Lindsay Lohan for Freaky Friday,
Oh, great!
and the one of two nominations I gave to Love Actually, Emma Thompson,
Yeah.
but obviously Renee Zellweger wins.
Okay. Okay. I love Renee Zellweger, but that for me is not her best performance to win. I love him. I love her in Chicago. I love her in Judy, but Cold Mountain is it is not my favorite.
If she won for Chicago, she definitely would not have won here.
She should have won the Oscar for Chicago, from in my opinion.
No, I'm saying though, if she won for Chicago, she probably wouldn't have won for Cold Mountain.
Oh, come on. Yeah, yeah.
Because I felt like this, not that she was bad in Cold Mountain, but I feel like this is like a hey, sorry we couldn't get to you last year. Here's an award this year. Are we good now? Are we friends now? Are we cool?
And the Renee Zellweger won in for Chicago in Globes, no?
She did.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
She,
She was with Catherine Zeta-Jones.
yeah, they were both nominated in lead.
Yeah, yeah.
No one had no one had a chance of beating them.
Okay.
Uh,
And yeah, guess who is my winner for supporting actress?
Renee Zellweger.
I didn't nominate her.
Oh, ooh.
Miranda Otto in The Lord of the Rings.
I figured. I figured, but I didn't want to say it.
I mean, before the Me Too and all of this stuff, um, I felt sad when people in media said that The Lord of the Rings doesn't have a great female performance, and Eowyn in The Lord of the Rings is so great. You look at her by sad girl, and you can see how she grows in the trilogy. She is brave, and finally she arrived to that point that you can say it is power, female empowerment. I'm sorry, and it is a really great performance. In the books, his brother was the king of Rohan, and in the film, the writers and director put her like she now is the king, the queen of Rohan, and that well, they didn't mention that, but you can see it in the film, but in the books are different. So I think it is a great thing that they change,
Yeah,
and yeah, it is great what they do with the role of Erwin.
it's just annoying that sometimes like performances get ignored because they're not screaming or shouting or crying. Like performances don't always need that. That's the part that's so frustrating.
Yeah.
But let's move on to happier news. Director.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Quick reminder of who they nominated: Sofia Coppola for Lost in Translation, Clint Eastwood for Mystic River, Anthony Minghella for Cold Mountain, Peter Weir for Master and Command: The Far Side of the World, and Peter Jackson for The Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Yeah,
I,
almost the Oscar line, almost the Oscar line.
I feel like this was the consensus five. Obviously, that didn't happen at the Oscar, but I felt like many people were like, okay, this is the five that's going to move on to the Oscar.
Yeah, But you know the Oscar and the international director slot.
Yep,
Yeah, and that happened that year.
it really did. Now, who did you nominate? Because I think we
Okay,
might have similar lineups.
okay. I had Tim Burton in Big Fish,
Okay.
Anton Minghella in Cold Mountain,
Okay.
um, Clint Eastwood in Mr. Creeper, Sofia Coppola in Lost in Translation, and Peter Jackson from The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
Interesting. I thought we would have more overlap. We only had Peter Jackson and Anthony Miguel are our only overlaps.
Okay.
Richard Linklater for School of Rock, Gary Ross for Seabiscuit, and the one that I'm surprised you did not nominate, Andrew Stanton for Finding Nemo.
It is a great film, but I think it is not a directing film. It is more like a writing film, a screenplay film.
Fair enough, and we'll talk about screenplay.
Okay, okay.
My winner is clearly Peter Jackson.
Oh yes, and finally, finally, he was nominated in the Globes from Fellowship and Two Tower, right?
Yeah, they nominated him for Two Towers.
Yeah,
It's kind of interesting the Oscars didn't, though. That's something I was finding fascinating.
that was the reason I hate the one who took his place at the noms in the Oscar. He was I forgot his name. Oh my god, it's a Spanish director.
Oh, Pedro Almo.
Pedro Almodovar, yeah, yeah. When I saw that the noms, I was like, "What? What do you mean with that?" I mean, 2002 was a weak year, really, really weak year. Just look at the original screenplay nominations, and you can see it was a very bad year, bad year.
It really was.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
talk. Let's talk about screenplay now.
Okay. Okay.
Now, quick reminder who they nominated: Lost in Translation, which was the winner; Love Actually, Mystic River, Cold Mountain, and In America. So they didn't nominate Lord of the Rings here, which I'm not surprised.
Why? Why? Why?
I'm not surprised by, because
It
usually,
is an adaptation. So what? Many films have won in adapted here.
but, but for
It
some reason
is
the
not.
Globes are like, we want original stuff. We want original stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
They gave it to Sophia Coppola. I guess. Out of the five, I would agree with that.
I think that that line, Sofia Coppola in Lost in Translation, is the better, the better one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, out of that five, but mine definitely improved.
yeah.
But you go first.
Okay. Okay. Finding Nemo, Lost in Translation, Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, Big Fish, and Seabiscuit.
So I have Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
Freaky Friday, Cold Mountain, Finding Nemo, and School of Rock.
Okay.
Um,
What's your winner? Who's your winner?
it's actually Finding Nemo.
It's Nemo. Yeah.
It's not that. Again, Return of the King had great script. To
Yeah.
me, to make an entertaining movie about a bunch of fish and have witty lines too is not easy feat. So
Yeah.
I give you credit when credit's due. Finding Nemo.
Okay. My winner is obviously Return
Yeah,
of the King, just because I read the books. And I can say it is really a very good adaptation. It is really, really great. They change things for narrative purposes, but it is really, really great adaptation.
I agree with that. All right, now we're gonna get to score, which is For anyone who has watched me knows this is my favorite technical category.
Yeah, yeah. I love music film.
Me too. Now, quick reminder who they nominated: Girl with a Pure Pearl Earring, Big Fish, Cold Mountain, The Last Samurai, and Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Which
Yeah.
wins here? Which is
Finally.
which deserves it, but it's also not a surprise.
Yeah, I can't believe the Globes didn't reward the Fellowship of the Ring. They gave it to Moulin Rouge, and it is not a great score in Moulin Rouge. There are a lot of songs, and the score is a very tiny piece in that 2 hours film. So I
I don't
did.
think they even nominate any of the songs either. Like they had a couple originals in there, but I don't think they even nominated them.
They nominate for Moulin Rouge the Come What May song.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, and later I saw that the composers actually composed the song for Romeo and Juliet, not for Moulin Rouge. I
Interesting.
think that's why in the Oscars they didn't nominate that song.
Makes sense. Now it makes sense now, but it didn't make sense back then.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So who are your picks?
Okay, my name, my nominees. Yeah, and my nominees are Finding Nemo, Girl with a Pearl Earring, great score. Cold Mountain, Big Fish, and The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. And my winner, obviously.
Yeah. I also have Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, which wins, but I will say if this wasn't here, I would give it to Finding Nemo. Like if this movie wasn't here, I would give it Finding Nemo for score. I
Yeah.
also have Love Actually, Cold Mountain, and I actually have Monster in my last spot.
Okay. That's a good one.
But obviously, the winner, of course, is Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Do you know some crime at the BAFTA that year in this category?
Go on.
Yeah. Well, they nominate Cold Mountain, The Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, Girl with a Pearl Earring, Kill Bill Volume 1, and Lost in Translation. And Cold Mountain won. I mean, why? Because Howard Shore is Canadian and or not English? What is the problem with BAFTA? They didn't give any single score to The Lord of the Rings. That's incredible. I'm really, really mad at BAFTA with those. No, no, no.
They're
But
so bad.
that was a crime. I mean, Gabriel Jarrett, the composer from Cold Mountain, had one from the English Patient, so he had the BAFTA. Yeah. Why? Why? I mean, why? Injustice.
I have no idea. All right, our last category we're going to talk about real quick is Best Song.
Yeah.
Quick reminder who they nominated: Into the West from Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, The Heart of Every Girl from Mona Lisa Smile, Man in the Hour from Big Fish, Time Enough for Tears from In America, and You Will Be My Am to True Love from Cold Mountain. Obviously, the right winner won here, but these are a weird group of nominations. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, it is not a great group of nominees. I think that The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King won because they nominated Enya in 2 years late after.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, 2 years before with Fellowship of the Ring, and it lost. So they said, okay, let's give it another award to the Lord of the Rings. But it is a great song. It is a great closing credit song. It is a great close to the trilogy, to the
Yeah.
film. I mean, when I saw that the film the very first time, I was like, oh my God, what a sad goodbye song. And it really fits with the film, and it is really great. and Annie Lennox, she's like Galadriel for Howard Shore for this song, and she, I mean, she is really powerful in that. You can feel the sadness in that song.
I'm sorry. Every time I hear the name Annie Lennox, I just get immediate flashbacks to a private war a few years ago. Go at the Globes. I'm sorry. It's
Yeah.
just every time I hear the name, I'm getting, oh, wait, what? That was the strangest nomination ever.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
who,
Elton John was from Mona Lisa Smile. Sting was from Cold Mountain, and well,
and three out of the four, U2, three out of the four members of U2 wrote the
yeah,
lyrics.
in American, yeah,
And they love U2.
yeah, a lot of many
They, they
times.
gave the win to that song over 8 Mile. Over
You know,
Loser.
I remember when the Frozen song "Let It Go" was nominated, and they gave the Globe to you too for a forgettable song of a Mandela film, and I was like, "What?" Just because they are you too? Okay.
The second that happened, I'm like, okay, these group of writers who wrote the Let It Go song are never winning a Golden Globe. And sure enough, I was right. Because they lost for Coco too. But that loss made more sense, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then they had no chance against the Rocket Man song.
Oh yeah.
But it's just funny how they never won a Golden Globe and have two Oscars.
Yeah. And zero Oscar. You two zero Oscars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just funny. My nominations pretty much stayed the same. I took out the Mona Lisa song and I put in Christmas is All Around. Actually,
Okay.
I just thought it was a good song. What's your nominees for best song?
Okay. I have A Kiss at the End of the Rainbow from A Mighty Wind.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that movie.
Yeah, it is a great song. Bell Bell Rendezvous from the Triplets of Bell Bell.
Okay,
Scarlet Tide from Cold Mountain.
okay,
Into the West from The Lord of Rings, The Return of the King.
okay.
And The Heart of Every Girl from Mona Lisa Smile. Just because I love Elton John. That's all.
Who's your winner?
Obviously.
Well, I have to ask. I'm sorry, I have to ask.
for me, for me, this film swept the Golden Globes.
It actually did. It won all four awards it was nominated for.
Yeah, I gave it more.
So did I, because I also gave a song Sean Astin its win, his win.
Yeah,
But yeah, this was an interesting year in the Golden Globes to look back on. The
yeah,
Globe, yeah, like on the drama side, Lord of the Rings did well. Meanwhile, on the comedy side, it's just like, hi, we're here. Remember us?
Mm, I saw very few comedies this year. I really like the comedies, and it was not my favorite genre, but I saw it, and I really like it.
I will say this is why I love having guests on for this, is because I feel like the comedy ones, no matter which person you get to, they always have something different from you or different from what they nominated. Like, I feel like with comedy, it changes more often than people picks for drama.
And this year, no animated in Globes, right?
No, they did Finding Nemo,
Yeah.
but yeah,
The
we still. Oh,
the
sorry.
Oscars nominated Finding Nemo from Disney's Brother Bear and The Triplets of Belleville. Only three films in that category. So sad, but Finding Nemo was the obvious choice there.
Yeah,
Yeah, You know something. When I'm on class in the first days, I always asked the students which one is their favorite film, animated film, and many people said Brother Bear. Many people. You don't know how many people had Brother Bear as a favorite film of their childhood. Also, films like Atlantis, like Treasure Planet,
I love
yeah,
those two.
yeah. And you you ask them what from Nemo, and they are like, no, I like Brother Bird. So I think that those films, Brother Bird, Atlantis, Treasure Planet, are films that I mean they came too early. I mean,
When you think of Disney, you immediately think
yeah,
Finding Nemo, Aladdin, Lion King. Like you think of those like immediately. Like in that, and nowadays it's like Moana and Frozen and all that. But
yeah,
it's interesting that more and more people are discovering the smaller movies,
yeah.
movies that
Young
didn't.
people love those films more than the people that actually went to the cinema
Yeah.
this year. Yeah,
Like which one, for example? Titan AE is another example of a movie that flopped but sort of gained a following.
yeah. It is really sad when a movie, a good movie, felt. Iron Giant, you know, it's my favorite animated film, and it was really sad what happened. I couldn't saw it in theaters that year, but you know, I bought it on DVD, and I fell in love with that film, and with the test of time really gave the credit to the film, a great animated film.
I agree, and I mean I know the Globes recently changed their rules that now that anime can compete in the picture categories again.
Finally, thank God.
But I'm hoping to actually see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think after doing it for so many years, it's understandable that now they're like, oh wait, we can do that again.
You
But
know, I wonder if this year Spider Verse land there in best comedy, and maybe it will happen. Maybe.
well, there's 6 spots this time,
Yeah.
so there's definitely room for it now. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it slid into drama. Drama's more empty than comedy this year,
Yeah.
and that's a great segment because on Saturday I'm doing a Golden Globes live stream.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I will be doing a. It's our Halloween tradition. All my guests will be dressed up in costumes for the Golden.
Oh my God. Really?
Yep, and I'm so excited for that. They already told me their costumes, and I'm not telling the audience yet. So you're gonna have to watch and see.
Okay.
I'll tell you after this, but I'm not telling my audience yet.
Okay.
Um, so, Danny, thank you so much for joining. This was a great video. Thank you so much for joining.
Oh, thank you, Matthew. It is really funny, and you know, I am a film fan and a lot of the Ring fan. Yeah, I
We'll
really,
definitely have you on for another video, that's for sure.
yeah.
But anyway, comment down below. What do you think about our picks? Is there something we missed? Do you think there's a movie that we might have missed? And
Maybe leading actor, drama actor, Toby Maguire in Seabiscuit.
well,
He's good in
yeah,
that film.
but we'll see what the audience says. And also, let us know which person had your favorite list. That's something I'm curious about too.
Yeah.
And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.